Hey everyone, it's the Vigilant Christian Mario, and you're here for another edition of Illuminati Media Exposed. In today's video, I'm going to be exposing the Hunger Games because, yet again, this is another Hollywood blockbuster movie being used by the Illuminati to satanically condition the masses in preparation for the Antichrist's New World Order system. So in today's video, I'm going to be exposing the first movie. Stay tuned. I'm also going to do the second one, and I believe the third one's coming out very soon, so I'm going to be on top of that one. And you can stay tuned. As soon as it comes out, I'm going to expose it right away. So what we're going to do is get into number one. Let's get right into it. Now, the important thing to recognize here is right off the bat, we hear about a treason, a rebellion, an uprising, a civil war. So essentially what the Illuminati are doing with this movie is showing us a future picture of what they desire to establish here on Earth. And as you can see here, there's a treason that occurred. Keep that in mind. We're going to point some things out. In penance for their uprising, each district shall offer up a male and female between the ages of 12 and 18 at a public reaping. These tributes shall be delivered to the custody of the capital and then transferred to a public arena where they will fight to the death until a lone victor remains. Henceforth and forevermore, this pageant shall be known as the Hunger Games. So this is how the movie starts. So we are told about a rebellion that occurs. In fact, we're told that there was an uprising and a rebellion, and this is what is going to occur very shortly. The Illuminati are using their methodology, order out of chaos. They are trying to instigate a civil war. They're going to use disinformation agents and everything in order to create a climax where people will begin to uprise, just like we're told happened in the movie. But the uprising is part of their design. They want us to uprise in order that they can bring in martial law and use the FEMA camps and all those other things. So this is a very important part of the agenda, and we're shown this in this movie at the very start, that this is a movie after the coming uprise. So this is basically our world in 20 to 30, 40 years, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Now, the picture I'm showing you on your screen here is actually from a Jay-Z video, No Church in the Wild. And I want you to pay particular attention to the programming. Like I said, they are instigating this. They want this to occur. Jay-Z is part of this secret cabal. He is a puppet. He sold his soul to be used by them to further their agendas. And here he is showing us in his video the coming rebellion, the coming uprising that will cause the martial law that will bring in the districts and the new world order, the system that will arise out of these ashes. This is the chaos that's needed, and out of the chaos will rise the new world order. Another interesting thing in the movie is they're showing us the Illuminati police. Here they are on each side, and they're very oppressive Nazi-style police. And this is what the Illuminati are planning to do. So here we have the military police that is going to come in to bring in the New World Order when the uprising starts. Now, they are trying to instigate this in order that they can use these guys. Okay, this is, the army is being trained in civilian tactics on how to, hold down a city and stuff. There's really weird operations going on in the military right now that shows that they're actually planning for an uprising. All right, and don't be fooled. They're instigating the uprising. They're on both sides of this thing. They're order out of chaos. They need to instigate the chaos in order that they can bring in the military New World Order police. And this police force will be brutal, just like you see in the movie. You're basically seeing the New World Order police right here in plain sight. This is what we can anticipate when this rebellion starts. A very advanced super soldier will take the scene in the New World Order battle. So I just wanted to point that out, that we're going to be facing that, and there's drills all over America happening right now to prepare the Nazi-style New World Order Illuminati police force that will be necessary in the time of martial law, this instigated chaos, in order to bring about the New World Order. And it's shown all over Hollywood. You're going to see it. Pay attention. Beyonce came on stage with them over and over. They're shown in the music videos and stuff like that. So pay attention to the Illuminati, Satanic, Nazi police force that is coming. Now, another interesting thing is they all go, and at the beginning they have this ceremony, and then there's a reaping. And this is at the reaping. They watch this screen and they're told, war, terrible war, widows, orphans, and motherless child. This was the uprising that rocked our land. 13 districts rebelled against the country that fed them, loved them, protected them. Brother turned on brother until nothing remained. Then a people arose from the ashes. Now, this is mind-blowingly significant when we look at what the Illuminati has planned to bring about the New World Order system. As you can see here, they are talking about the everyday people rebelling against the country that fed them and loved them and protected them. This is what's going to occur. In America, there is going to be a civil war. The truth movement and Christians will be made out to be terrorists and will go and start a civil war. Some of us will be deceived by disinformation agents and fall into the methodology of order out of chaos, and therefore they will bring about this new system, as they said, rising out of the ashes. Now, there's some very significant things that were said there I just want to point out. It says, it starts off with war, terrible wars. Now remember, the Illuminati cult is absolutely satanic. So they're taking things from the Bible and biblical truth, and they're showing that to us. There is a prophecy in the Bible that before the coming of the Messiah, there will be wars and rumors of wars. And it's very fitting that right here, that's exactly how it starts. It says war, terrible war, and we see images of warfare being flashed on the screen. So it's actually showing us a biblical prophecy. Another thing that points to that absolutely is it says brother turned against brother. And in Matthew 10 verse 21 it says, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. You see, because in the uprising, brother will turn against brother. And when you're watching the movie, that's literally what they're saying here. They're saying there's wars, and there's terrible war, and also brother shall turn against brother. Now, this is all straight from the Bible, and it's no surprise when we're dealing with the Satanic Illuminati cult of Hollywood to see them twisting scripture in that way. Another interesting thing, it says the people will arise from the ashes. If you do a study on the symbolism of the Illuminati, their New World Order system coming out of the ashes is often symbolized as a phoenix. Here I'm showing you a picture of the Olympics, the occult ceremony. As you can see, obviously an eye in a pyramid and a phoenix rising out of the ashes. This is a celebration of the New World Order system. And it's very fitting that they close off their little presentation here with saying, and a people shall arise from the ashes. That is exactly what the New World Order will do. A new system will arise out of the ashes of the old one. And they need to bring the chaos in order to make the environment so that this starts to happen. Another thing that's an indication that this is all about the Satanic Illuminati elite is the rich people in the movie. If we just look at the rich people, we see that they're all into this high fashion. The men are very effeminate. And this is a sign of the elite. The Illuminati are all into looking weird like this. High fashion has been taken over. This isn't from the movie, but I'm just showing you high fashion here. Okay, do you see the resemblance? This is them. Okay, they're fashionable to, they're Vogue. But the Vogue industry, the fashion industry has been taken over by the Illuminati cult as well. Stay tuned to my channel. I'm actually going to be exposing this very soon. I'm going to be showing you the large amount of occult symbolism that's found in fashion. I'll show you briefly some pics here, but it's absolutely mind-blowing. The fashion industry is being taken over by the Illuminati cult in order to influence the masses into this type of style, this satanic style. I mean, it's just blatantly all over the place. And stay tuned to my channel because I will be exposing the Illuminati satanic witchcraft style of fashion that is being promoted these days. I mean, this is just a Baphomet. Look at this, the eye in the pyramid over and over. just crazy satanic Illuminati symbolism. And that is all throughout the the fashion industry. And like I said, it's no surprise that we have the rich people here of the movie dressed up in this fashion. Another thing to point out as well is over here we have the picture of a guy, obviously in pink, effeminate. This is also another satanic agenda of the Illuminati, to make men into women. God says in the Bible that it's a abomination for a man to dress in woman's clothing. So of course the Illuminati, being that they're Luciferians and they absolutely hate God and do absolutely everything to go against him and rebel in their hearts against him, will want men to be like women. They want everything that's opposite to God. So if God says something is bad, they're going to do it. So God says men dressing up as women is bad, and therefore the Illuminati want to push that. And we see that even in our world today with modern fashion. The men are becoming very effeminate, and this is a part of the satanic cabal's agenda. Another indication that we're dealing with a sick, twisted elite in the Hunger Games, I mean, other than the fact that they're reaping people in order to blood sacrifice them, I mean, that should be a clear indication that it is showing us the elite class of ruling people of our world hidden in plain sight right in front of us that are sick and twisted. This is who we're dealing with. If the elite truly had power in the way that they did right now, the Hunger Games would be a reality. This type of blood sports sacrifice would occur because they're into this type of demonic level. Another indication here is the pig that they were eating. Why a pig? They know what they're doing. They know the Bible says that the pig is an unclean food. In the Old Testament, God actually told his people not to eat pigs. So the Satanists, being that they love to go against God, look at them feasting on the big pig. You are what you eat, and the rich elite Illuminati are eating pig here because, in all honesty, they are satanic pigs who desire blood sacrifice, are absolutely twisted, and God's wrath abides on them. So that's another indication. Now, another New World Order indication is the RFID microchip. All the people that are chosen are then microchipped and monitored. So that's very important because the Illuminati will do this. They're going to have an agenda to monitor the entire world. This is what's happening right now with the NSA listening to our everything. They're listening to our phone calls, our text messages, whatever it is, because they're cultivating information about the truth being out there. So they're actually going to watch this video and it's going to red flag, and they're going to put it in their database to store a case against me so that when they want to come and establish their system, I can be painted out to be a criminal and things like that. But that's in the future. But anyways, here it is right in front of your eyes, the RFID chip being put into the people that are chosen for the games. Now, another indication of Illuminati symbolism is we see a little bit of MK Ultra in the first one. I believe the second one has a lot more, so stay tuned. I'm going to zone in a lot more on this, but there's indication of MK Ultra mind control, and that these people are a representation of modern day celebrities, those who are chosen for the games. They're chosen by the elite in order to be used by them in a particular way. And then they're showing you this. This is, if you know MK Ultra and you know the mind control program, this is basically what it looks like. Go look through popular media, especially like Lady Gaga and things like that, Britney Spears. You're going to see a lot of symbolism in reference to MK Ultra, and that's what this is. They're showing us the MK Ultra program again in plain sight. There's a lot more of it in the second one, so I won't hone in too much, but just to point out, so these two people join themselves to the elite, and then they're given riches and power. You see, they're fed well. They get to go into this particular city, which is beautiful compared to where they live. So now these are chosen above everyone else to have special privileges. Also, another indication is they are promoted in a false way. They have fake relationships. This isn't even a real relationship. And if you study Hollywood, Hollywood puts together marriages that aren't even real in order to market things and to create a buzz or whatever. It's fake. And they show you that in this movie. These two are chosen and they have a fake marriage that they promote to the world. Just like a lot of MK Ultra mind-controlled actors and actresses do. They are completely fake. They're put into a mold. And here you see the fabrication, and it's all about getting sponsors. And to an Illuminati MK Ultra slave, that's very important. You got to stay sponsored. You got to keep obeying your masters. If you go against them, then you're kicking the hornet's nest and you're going to get stung. So here we have the good, obedient little MK Ultra slaves creating the story, but she kind of rebels a little bit against them in the movie, kind of showing you the kind of like Britney Spears having a breakdown moment where she's just not completely listening to her masters. And it's very important. You see that behind the scenes style stuff where it's very important for them, and they get upset if their puppets don't, in the media, do as they are told and are portrayed as they are told. Now, if you want to research fake weddings, go ahead and just type that in. Hollywood fake marriages. It's insane. They're staging this stuff. It's all propaganda. It's all mind control to sway the public, just like in the movie. Another thing is the references to Nazism. Look at this. The Hunger Games logo, a Nazi radio gunner logo. Looks the same to me, right? Isn't that not the same thing? Now, why would they be using this? Well, because we need to understand that the Illuminati cult is the Nazi party. They were brought over here through Project Paperclip to continue in their quest for the establishment of the Antichrist New World Order. That's what Hitler was trying to set out to do. He failed, so they brought him over here, and they're just continuing now here in America in order to establish the New World Order Nazi satanic system. So if you haven't heard of Project Paperclip, you need to research that. Nazi doctors and scientists were brought over to America to continue their studies in all sorts of sick and twisted things, propaganda, all sorts of scientific experiments on people. I'm sure they were trying to do like genetic modification, all sorts of crazy stuff. But very fitting that we see that the symbol is actually a Nazi symbol. That's exactly where that comes from. And what did you look at that? I mean, it's pretty much, here's the Nazi kids being brainwashed by Hitler. And here we have modern American kids being brainwashed by the Illuminati Nazi-style cult. And they even have the same symbol. And then everyone just brainwashed just throws it up. This is the Nazi symbol. You just take one finger off. And also, it's a 666. So it's a Hitler-style 666. You see the mind control here? How good they are at conditioning the public, ignorant and brainwashed public who has no idea what's really going on and just fall into this stuff so easily because they are blinded by the spirit of this world. The most important thing throughout the entire movie that just gives us indication that this is from the Satanic Illuminati cult is it's a movie about sacrifice. And that's what the Illuminati love to do. They're all about persecution and sacrifice. If we look back in the first century at the church, they were being persecuted in front of everyone in a game style. You see, here's everyone watching the blood sacrifices that are being offered, people being crucified, people being fed to the lions. So here we have the Hunger Games. Humanity will again embrace this type of hunger game. It will thirst for blood because we can never have enough. You can't quench the thirst for blood once it starts going. And all throughout the Bible, we're told that the sons of the devil are constantly practicing pagan-style blood sacrifice, offering their children up to idols in order that they receive demonic power. And we know that in today's world, this is occurring. Bohemian Grove, if you don't know yet, you need to do your research. Don't rely on the mainstream media to tell you the truth. You need to do it proactively yourself and seek it out. And you will discover that there is a place where the world's elite are meeting to practice Babylonian-style pagan sacrifice rituals. And it's very sick and twisted, but this is the reality. And here is the sick, twisted elite that would do these type of games. So we see that this is a bloodthirst sacrifice movie. That's what it's all about. And we need to understand also they are doing this for demonic power. Sacrificing freedoms for promises of safety and security is central to the worship of all false gods. And like all false gods, the sacrifices will never be enough. The demon gods have always always demanded blood sacrifice. If we look at the Mayan culture interacted with the fallen angels. The fallen angels deceived them into thinking that they were the serpent gods, Quetzalcoatl, etc. But in reality, they were nothing but Satan and his minions. And ultimately, they showed the Mayan how to perform blood sacrifices to the point of ripping out a person's heart while they were still alive, blood drinking, etc. So this is a part of demon worship, and this is what we have being glorified. And it's coming very soon. We are being desensitized, and we are having a thirst for blood being fed through us through video games, movies, and popular entertainment and sport. This 50 years ago would have never happened. UFC would have never ever been on TV. People would have probably vomited from seeing the amount of blood and the real violence. Nowadays, people are so desensitized to evil that we can withstand this. So, in theory, because the world is completely collapsing and it's going to progress in this direction, these games will take place. The UFC is paving the way for the ultimate blood sport, which will be putting maybe Christians in an arena and sacrificing them. I know that sounds crazy, but we're dealing with an absolutely evil satanic cult. So, in closing, The Hunger Games, what is it? It's a movie about satanic blood sacrifice that the Illuminati love to perform, and they do to their demon gods. It shows us the RFID chip. It shows us the coming rebellion that will bring about the New World Order, that will rise out of the ashes of a time of chaos. It shows us a rich ruling elite which is sick, twisted, eats pig and swine, and also enjoys seeing death and murder, and dresses in the occult satanic Illuminati fashion and is very effeminate. That is mind-blowingly Illuminati propaganda, and these are some of the most popular movies these days. Thanks so much for taking the time. This is the Vigilant Christian saying God bless each and every one of you. And while we live in times where the masses are being conditioned and brainwashed to prepare themselves for the New World Order, Antichrist kingdom, we need to stay 100% vigilant. God bless.